Hello friends, this is Preeti, your host and host, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Apna Dhan. This platform is dedicated to all the aspects of personal finance, saving, investing and financial planning. In last episode, we have learned what is goal-based investment theory and how it is important to invest according to goal-based investment study. Before that, we learned the concept of saving, investing, what is money management and all other stuffs. So I tried to give you some sort of basic knowledge through those videos to those who are very new for the investment. In today's episode, we will talk about the current situation, the current COVID situation which are affecting not only our lives but as well as our investment. I get many questions on my YouTube as well as Quora and Facebook and on my website. People are asking how they should manage their finances in this COVID situation. So I thought today let's talk on this issue. So let's start. Friends, COVID-19 is really a very difficult situation. This pandemic not only affected or it's not only a threat to our lives but as well as to our investment. Because of this COVID situation, since last we can say 3 to 4 months, you must have experienced all sort of anxiety, all sort of uneasiness, not only in your personal life but as well as in your investment. When you say your investments in equity, the value of that investment is going down, it must create some kind of havoc or some kind of uneasiness in your mind. There are so much uncertainty prevailing in market currently, and all sorts of people are going to be affected because of this corona pandemic. Those who are in their services, they are having a threat of the job loss. Those who are doing their businesses or those who are self-employed, they are just seeing that their income is drastically being cut because of they are not able to run their businesses properly. And the pensioners, all those who are senior citizens, they are also getting affected because the government is just slashing all the interest rate which they are getting on their FDs or the small saving schemes. So overall, all sorts of people are getting affected because of this corona pandemic. So how we should be calm or how we should handle our finances in this situation? Friends, we will be having a back-to-back kind of sessions on this. I will be guiding you what you should do in this corona pandemic. First of all, let me tell you friends that the basic of financial planning doesn't change. The basics of financial planning is the same which we should follow before this pandemic as well as after this pandemic. Because see, we don't know when the uncertainties or such kind of emergency happens in our life. So we should be prepared for this. We should be having a sort of discipline in our approach towards money or handling our personal finances. So let me just give you some basic ideas which I was following which I am giving the advice to my clients to follow, even if pre-corona pandemic and after also this COVID. What should be the 5 points which you should give the emphasis upon? Okay, first of all, as far as I am concerned, I always set aside the emergency fund, the adequate emergency fund in my finances. So that is the first thing which I do when I plan my money, when I plan my finances. So what is emergency fund? Emergency fund is that kind of kitty which you are keeping aside for any such kind of unforeseen events or uncertainties of life. So what could be the unforeseen scene or unfortunate events which can happen in our lives? So first of all, we can say that we may lose the job, okay, or we may get the sharp cut in our income. those who are having a job cut can be the reason. Those who are running their businesses, sharp decline in sales can be the reason, or those who are earning the rents and that the rent amount is getting drastically decreased. So we can say any decrease in the income will impact your life or impact your finances in a bad shape. Okay, so you must be ready for that kind of uncertainty. Second, what could be the uncertainty? That you may be get hospitalized and you may not be in a position to be in an active kind of working. So it will definitely going to hamper you in two ways. First, if you are not having a proper medical insurance or medical kitty, then all your saving will be drained out to pay that hospital bill. Second, if your illness prolongs, okay, more than 6 months or more than 3 to 4 months or maybe a year, your organization may cut your job, or they may ask you to go for a leave where you are not going to be paid. Okay, so that will be a drastic cut in your income. What could be the third one? Third one is that we are no more. Okay, and if you are not having an adequate life insurance, and it's just a penny thing kind of thing, you are having just 4 to 5 lakhs kind of thing, whether you're as per your calculation you should have minimum 1 crore or 2 crore of insurance, and because of that if you are no more, then who will take care of your family? So that could be the third one. The fourth one, we actually nobody expect that in our life to happen, but because of that it may impact your finances, that you may get separated, you may be divorced. Okay, so those the female who are not earning, but if they get divorced, then their life could be miserable, because they are constantly depending upon their husband's income till then, and now they have to be dependent on the kitty which they will be getting through this court settlement. But that may be a drastic change in their life. And the male, those who are getting divorced, they have to give that much kitty to their separated spouse, and that will definitely going to impact your saving or your investment. So these are the kind of a broad we can say emergencies which may happen, or uncertainties which may come to your life without any notice. Okay, so you have to be prepared for such things. So the first thing you should do before starting investment is checking whether you have the appropriate or the sufficient amount of emergency kitty by your side. So now let's talk about this emergency fund in detail. Okay, so now you got to know that what is emergency fund. Now let me tell you that how much emergency fund you should have. Okay, theoretically any financial advisor will tell you that you should have minimum of 6 months of your monthly expenses kept in this emergency fund. Okay, so that is a thumb rule. As far as I am concerned, I just don't take into consideration the monthly expenses which my client is having, but I definitely get the monthly portion of their annual expenses also, because see, we pay the annual expenses in one go. Okay, so whenever there is a money in our account, or when there is a need for any such kind of thing, a yearly kind of subscription or yearly fees or yearly vacation kind of thing, we just abruptly just spend that much money, the money which we have in our accounts. Okay, but you should consider that expense is going to be happened in coming 12 months. Okay, so you should get that kind of a portion of that money which you can consider in your monthly expenses. So I do take care of that also. Second is all your EMIs. That is also very important. When you calculate your emergency fund, you should consider that what is the EMIs you are going to incur in every month. So even if your income is not there, if your income suddenly stops, you have to pay the EMIs which are going on. You may get some extension or something, but definitely after some point of time you have to pay that EMI. So you should be in that position to pay the EMI till you get the new job, or still you restart your income. So all the EMIs you should consider in calculation of your emergency fund. So what next? It's not only the EMI part or your monthly expenses or the proportion of your annual expenses, but you should consider your premiums, the premiums of your term plan, the premiums of your health plan, the premiums of your critical illness plan, or premium of your disability, accidental disability standard policies also. So you should consider paying the premium of all these insurances policy even if your income had stopped, because see, this premium, once if you default paying that premium, so your policy is going to be lapsed and you are not getting that much cover for your future. So even if the income has stopped, you should be able to pay that much premium of that policy, so that once you are back on your job and once your income started, all your policies which are running now will be there for you. So you should consider these premiums of all your insurance policies while you calculate your emergency fund. This is very, very important, and I want you all to take care of that this point, that not only your monthly expenses but the portion of your annual expenses, and third all your EMIs, and fourth all the premiums of your all the policies including health and life you should consider while calculating your emergency fund. So now friends, you understand what is emergency fund and what should you consider while you calculate the emergency fund. In next episode, I will let you know that where you should park your emergency fund, so that it will be handy for you when you want your money. It will be accessible to you easily when any emergency struck. Till then, be safe, take care of yourself. Please like and subscribe my channel, share this with your friend so that they will also come to know that how they should plan their finances in this COVID-19. Bye.